Is it possible that the truth about extraterrestrial contact was hidden behind the Iron Curtain of the former Soviet Union? Perhaps further clues can be found by examining a mysterious site that may hold proof of an ancient extraterrestrial visitation. Might extraterrestrials have visited the Ural Mountains in the distant past? And if so, did they leave behind evidence of advanced technology? Could they have helped to build the prehistoric observatory of Archaim, as ancient astronaut theorists contend? Russia. Spanning a staggering 6.6 million square miles, it is the largest country on Earth. Its massive territory is also the most geographically diverse, consisting of some of the most extreme terrain on the planet, including dense forests, frozen tundra, remote mountains, and barren deserts. Despite its physical size, as much as 50% of Russia remains uninhabited and largely unexplored by mankind.
Russia is almost twice the size of the United States. Just to compare, the United States expands over 4 time zones, while Russia expands over 11 time zones. The size of Russia, its harsh climate, especially in the northern parts of Russia, makes it very difficult to explore.
One of Russia's most mysterious areas is a valley just north of Kazakhstan, where in 1987, archaeologists from the University of Chelyabinsk discovered the remains of an ancient settlement, which they were able to date back to between the 17th and 20th centuries BC. Much of the original structures of this megalithic site, known as Archaim, no longer exist, but scientists have mapped out its original design, which includes massive circular walls similar to Stonehenge.
So Archaim has been described as Russia's Stonehenge. Now this is quite intriguing because it's a very similar latitude to Stonehenge. So it's been suggested that it could have been put there for astronomical and surveying purposes.
It seems that Archaim at some point was some type of an observatory, which I think is incredibly fascinating because it means that worldwide our ancestors witnessed other things that would explain this long-held fascination with the stars.
The way the city was built, it was a circular structure. It had a very interesting central square. Basically, it was an interior circle surrounded by a circle, which to many means the mandala principle of the Buddhism, or depiction of the universe in a very miniaturized way.
Incredibly, archaeologists have found that Archaim was built with features aligned to measure as many as 18 astronomical events, such as the solstices and equinoxes. And discovered among the ruins was an ancient statue of a man looking up to the sky. Adding to the mystery are reports of strange anomalies in the region that continue to this day, which include magnetic inconsistencies, strange lights, and curious fog formations.
When you consider the strange lights, the weird fog, the magnetic anomalies, the unusual hallucinations and things that have happened to people there, it appears that this is some sort of energy node or vortex point on the Earth that was actually utilized by extraterrestrials when this was constructed. If you actually look at the shape of Archaim, it could have been the platform for a spacecraft like a rocket to launch off from.
Could Archaim really have been the site of an extraterrestrial visitation thousands of years ago. And might this be why the structures found here were built with such precise astronomical alignments? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest physical evidence of such a visitation might exist in the nearby Ural Mountains.
Ural Mountains are very old mountains stretching from the Russian north to the Russian south. It kind of splitting Russia into two parts, Europe and Asia. Indeed, people living in the Ural Mountains witness some strange phenomena in the air and on the ground.
Dozens of visitors to the Ural Mountains have reported strange sightings of fireballs and cigar-shaped crafts. But even stranger is what has been found in the earth here. In 1991, geologists led an expedition into the mineral-rich Urals in hopes of locating gold deposits. While excavating sites near the Kozym, Narada, and Balbanyu rivers, just 600 miles north of Arkaim, the scientists discovered something unexpected. At depths of over 30 feet, they unearthed a scattering of tiny metal coils and springs.
That soil wasn't touched for hundreds of thousands or more years. The area where it was found was probably tens of kilometers around. It's as if something exploded thousands of years ago, and the fragments were lying all over the place.
The metal fragments, some as small as 1/10,000th of an inch, were sent to the Russian Academy of Sciences in St. Petersburg for analysis. Their shape resembled manufactured technology rather than naturally occurring minerals. The smallest pieces were found to be tungsten, a metal used in spacecrafts and missiles due to its ability to withstand high temperatures.
They are these metal spirals that consist of copper, but also tungsten and molybdenum, which are both very rare metals. We're looking at nanotechnology.
When you look down at them in a microscope, they're extremely regular in their structure. They're very nice coils. The only way we could make them even now is with machine-guided technology. You could not do this by hand. What we're seeing here is proof that someone had advanced technology sufficient to build the type of circuitry that we normally only see in semiconductors. Computer chips, high technology equipment, using metals that are not commonly known. So these spirals are clear evidence that someone had a very advanced civilization right here on Earth near Arkaim.
Might extraterrestrials have visited the Ural Mountains in the distant past? And if so, did they leave behind evidence of advanced technology? Could they have helped to build the prehistoric observatory of Arkaim, as ancient astronaut theorists contend? Perhaps further clues can be found by examining much more recent accounts of otherworldly visitations. Did Major General Pavel Popovich really witness firsthand an extraterrestrial spacecraft? And might he also have found evidence in secret KGB files of underwater alien bases?